Hello, my name is Darlene J. Robbins, President of the Northeast Pennsylvania Manufacturers and Employers Council. I would like to take this time to congratulate our 2014 YES graduates. The YES Northeast certificate you earned is a representation of all the hard work and dedication you have put forward. The valuable skills you have learned in this program will stay with you forever in both your professional and personal lives. We wish you the best of luck in all of your future endeavors. I would like to thank all of our sponsors who made this year's breakfast possible. Our event sponsors, the West Family Charitable Trust. Our platinum sponsors, M&T Bank, PPL, and Prismian Draka. Our gold sponsors, Mrs. T's Pierogies, Northeast Pre-Stressed Products, and Solar Innovations. Our silver sponsors, Cardinal Systems and Tredegar Film Products. Our bronze sponsors, Hexcel, McCann School of Business and Technology, Penn State Schuylkill, SAPA, Schaefer's Harley-Davidson, and World Resources Company. Thank you all. I would also like to take this time to thank our business community that helped the program this year. Whether it is hosting a tour, speaking to a class, lending your time for mock interviews, or sponsoring an event like this, you continue to help us make a difference with the workforce of tomorrow. Thanks again and enjoy the presentation.
Good morning again. In the spirit of keeping things moving forward, because I'm sure everyone wants to get back to class, keep the program moving. So I'd like to introduce a friend of mine, and I could take a little bit of liberty. He had an opportunity to introduce me on Monday morning in front of the Business Council, Pennsylvania Business Council, but he is so gracious that I really can't take any jabs. He's my friend David N. Taylor. He's the Executive Director and First Vice President of the Pennsylvania Manufacturers Association, which is a statewide organization representing the interests of manufacturers in the state's public policy process. David, he's a 1990 graduate of Dickinson College. He's got a degree in dramatic arts and history. He's previously worked for the Research Department of the Republican National Committee in Washington for the late Senator John Shoemaker, Dauphin County, Pennsylvania Leadership Council, Senator Rick Santorum. David has served on various boards and continues to do so, the Pennsylvania Manufacturers Association, Pennsylvania Leadership Council, the Lincoln Institute, Foundation for Free Public Education, the Foundation for Free Enterprise Education, Pennsylvania E-Commerce Association, and the Pennsylvania Business Council Education Foundation. He's a member of the State Manufacturers Association and the Pennsylvania Steel Alliance. The Governor's Manufacturer Advisory Council, and in 2006, the Central Pennsylvania Business Journal named him one of the top 40 under 40 business leaders. He was appointed by President George W. Bush to serve on a review panel for the U.S. Office of Personnel Management Presidential Rank Awards Program. And David's community service is equally as impressive. He's a native of Huntington, PA, a beautiful part of the state of Pennsylvania. He lives near Hershey right now with his wife Erica and his daughter Meredith. David, we are so happy to have you here this morning. We've got a wonderful group of students and business and community leaders, and we're anxious to hear what you've got to say about Pennsylvania and their good work.
Thank you very much, Representative Tobash, for that kind introduction. Thank you to Darlene and everybody at the Northeast PA Manufacturers and Employers Association for having me here, but most of all, thanks to all of you for being here and being participants in the YES program. First of all, I will say one of the keys to public speaking, in my opinion, is be direct, be interesting, and be brief. So I will do my very best to lead by example in showing how it's done by abiding by my own standards. As was said, my name is David Taylor. I'm the Executive Director of the Pennsylvania Manufacturers Association, and what that means is that day by day I run the shop of a statewide business group representing the people who make things in Pennsylvania. I always joke that my job is to minimize the stupidity in state government, and with the help of good friends like Representative Kovash and Representative Knowles, we do the best we can to make progress on that. Because actually, you think about it, there are many things that are wrong with our economy and our business climate that can only be solved in Washington by the President and by Congress. But when it comes to, that's America's competitiveness in the world, when it comes to how well our Commonwealth of Pennsylvania performs relative to our neighbor states and other industrial states, that's determined by policy decisions that get made in Harrisburg. Those are things that we can only fix under that green copper dome just down I-81 in Harrisburg. So, we are there by the Capitol, and we're working day by day to try to improve Pennsylvania's business climate when it comes to taxes and spending and the regulatory burden and labor law and lawsuit abuse and all those things that affect the ability of our manufacturing employers to add value, to satisfy customers, and as a result of that, to employ people, because those jobs are the family-sustaining jobs that uphold the quality of life in communities all across Pennsylvania, just like here in Schuylkill County. Want to talk just a little bit about the YES program and its importance for all of us. Not just you, the young people who have been participants in the program, beneficiaries of the program, but for the entire manufacturing sector and for the entire Commonwealth. I'm often reminded, there was a quote from the humorist Mark Twain who said, "I always tried to make sure that my schooling didn't interfere with my education." And the longer I live, the more true that becomes. And first of all, I would say, really commit to lifelong learning. When you're young and you're in school and school is structured and you move up a grade every year, you think, well, this is what education is, this is what learning is. Well, in fact, learning should be like breathing. That every time that you encounter something new, someone new, a new subject, a new career, it's an opportunity to learn, to expand your horizons. And that even though, yes, early on in life you have a structured, formal education, in fact, learning is a lifelong process that I do hope that you commit to, and that being trained in a skill or in a career in a particular field of manufacturing does not in any way limit you from learning as much as you want about anything that you want. And don't let anybody ever tell you otherwise. Another saying that I believe is true, and the longer that I live, the more it resonates with me, that the person who is dedicated to continuous improvement is the person who is least likely to waste his life. And living life with your brain turned on, unfortunately, is not the majority position. That too often people just seem to coast through life. And I implore you, don't be one of those people. Be one of those people who lives life with your brain turned on. And in particular, one of the things that's most difficult is getting and keeping perspective on yourself. It's easy to fool yourself. It's easy to lie to yourself. Try not to do it. Try to be honest with yourself, because only by gaining that perspective can you understand where you really are. And only by understanding where you really are can you figure out where you're going to be going. Now, when it comes to manufacturing and its role in our Commonwealth and our society, it's all about adding value. Darlene and I had the honor of serving on Governor Corbett's Manufacturing Advisory Council, and our leader there was Carlos Cardozo, who's an amazing individual. Google search, look for his name, Carlos Cardozo. and that he's the CEO of a company called Kennametal, which is out in Latrobe, Pennsylvania, out by Pittsburgh. And one of the things that Carlos says is that if you are making something, milling something, or mining something, that is how you really add value. Now again, all honest work is honorable and we respect that. But in terms of what really sustains our economy, what adds value, physical, tactile value in our economy, manufacturing is where it's at. Because no matter what you're making, you're taking raw materials or component parts, you're going through a multi-stage process to yield a finished good. And so for the benefit that's added by the manufacturing sector, it's not just those jobs on the plant floor, but that manufacturing activity on the plant floor sustains all of the additional jobs in supply chains, in distribution networks, in vendors of industrial services. That manufacturing is the beating heart of what keeps our economy going strong. And so, again, for folks like you who are going to be potentially our manufacturing workforce of the future, there's tremendous pride to be had with that. And again, don't let anybody tell you otherwise. That this is how we perpetuate our society. This is what makes us strong and how we keep going. But in the exact same way that manufacturing adds value, I would implore you to ask that same thing of yourself. Too often, I think people ask, "What can somebody else do for me?" When what we really need, each one of us needs to do, is to say, "How can I make myself more valuable?" And it goes back to, again, living life with your brain turned on, choosing to have awareness of yourself and committing to continuous improvement, to say, every day, I'm going to try to learn something new, I'm going to try to do something better than I did before. And in that way, you plant the seeds of future success. And, there was a philosopher, Soren Kierkegaard, who said that we live life forward, but understand it backwards. And it's a lot to take in, but it's really very true. And, when I was younger, it was hard to have that perspective. I remember as you get older, the way you perceive time changes. I remember being a high school kid and thinking about going off to college and thinking that I was going to be at college for 4 years and that was an impossibly long period of time. I couldn't even quite envision myself at the end of those 4 years. Well, now that I'm an old guy, 4 years. It's when you've lived longer, measuring those spans of time becomes much easier just because you've lived longer. But as younger folks, I implore you to have faith that doing this work now is planting the seeds of your future success. I think there's a pop song that says that the children are the future. And well, yeah, younger people are the future in the sense that they'll be the ones living here after us old folks are gone. But in fact, how well the adults help to prepare the young people is going to dictate what kind of future that the young people have. And so I would just ask all of you to really reflect on the true gift of love that has been given to all of you by your elders, teachers, and community leaders to invest their time, energy, and effort to focus on you, and that it's your responsibility to meet that challenge with joy. And in that way, I'm just so pleased to see all of you here today to be part of that. And I just want to close with a quick story that, as was mentioned, I'm from Huntington, PA, which is a small town. It's about 10,000 people in a county of about 45,000 people. And that my dad was the county judge. And so, growing up with prominent parents, that everybody knew who you were, and that you didn't even bother trying to get into trouble because you knew you'd never get away with it anyway. But it was when I was in college that the local Kiwanis Club was honoring my dad, and that I had been an officer in the Key Club, sponsored by sponsored by Kiwanis, so I knew a lot of the Kiwanians, and I made a point of being there for that special honor from my dad. When the thing was over, this old fellow, this old codger came over to me, and he said, "So you're Drew Taylor's son?" I said, "Yes, sir, I am." "Your father is a cornerstone of this community, just like his father before him. We expect the same from you." That's quite a charge. And I won't hit you guys with it quite that bluntly. And yet, the truth is, your teachers, your elders, your community leaders have invested all of this time, energy, and effort in you because they care about you, and because they care about this community. There will be a day, and that day, believe it or not, is not too far off, even though it may seem very distant right now, when you will be the community leaders, and the business leaders, and the elders and teachers. So, this is how we touch the future. This is how we commit to one another. This is how we show that we love our community. So, thank you all for being part of the YES program. Congratulations on all that you have accomplished, and best wishes for the future and all those greater gains that are yet to come. Thanks so much.
And on behalf of our council, our partners, and our YES students and our graduates, we'd like to say thank you for making the trip here and giving us and everyone such inspiring words. Thank you. And now I'd like to review the YES Northeast Certificate Program year-end highlights for 2013-2014 year. A total of 14 school districts, 16 school districts offered the YES program for the 2012-13 school year. They include Blue Mountain, Crestwood area, Hazleton, Monmouth area, Minersville area, North Schuylkill, Pine Grove area, Pottsville area, Schuylkill Haven, Shenandoah Valley, Tamaqua area, and Williams Valley, Wyoming Valley West High Schools. The Schuylkill Intermediate Unit 29 also offered the program as well as Fort LeBoeuf and Central Tech in Erie County. A total of 720 students were enrolled in the program this year, with 300 receiving the YES Northeast certificate. Penn State University will continue to offer a one-time scholarship to all the YES Northeast graduates who attend the Hazleton and Schuylkill campuses. To date, Penn State University has awarded 14 total scholarships. McCann School of Business and Technology has granted 3 YES graduates their Imagine America scholarships, which applies to campuses in Allentown, Carlisle, Dixon City, Hazleton, Pottsville, Sunbury, and Wilkes-Barre. Each YES class was given 1 YES assessment under the quality and technology topics. This allowed for students to apply the classroom material learned to the work environment. YES presentations were conducted throughout the year. School districts, businesses, and other organizations were provided the opportunity to learn more about the program and how to become involved in various capacities. For the 2014-15 school year, Pittston area will be offering YES Northeast. Mock interviews were conducted with YES program participants. Each student provided a cover letter and a resume, and the interview was customized to the student's career interest. Approximately 6 schools and 369 students participated. Social media sites were regularly updated with 132 connections made on Facebook. Facebook is used as a tracking device so the council can stay connected to the YES graduates. Council also has a YouTube page with testimonial and event videos. For 2013-14 school year, 46 tours were offered, with 7 new tours opening their doors to YES students. The House Majority Policy Committee members toured Solar Innovations on March 20th with Pine Grove Area's YES class. Those new tour hosts were Penn State Schuylkill, Schuylkill Headwaters Association, Diamond Manufacturing, Keystone Automation, the Schuylkill Country Club, Scranton Wilkes-Barre Rail Riders, and the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins. They offered 11 tours this year. Currently, there are 41 businesses offering tours. Preferred interviewing for YES graduates is being offered by approximately 500 employers in Schuylkill, Luzerne, Erie, York, and Dauphin counties. No other program demonstrates the connectivity and progress in the relationships between education, business, government, and community, as does the YES program.
If I can first ask Isabella Gabrielle from Crestwood Area High School, if you can come forward. And thank you to our volunteers, but maybe for next year we can do a random.
Hello, my name is Isabella Gabriel. I am a senior at Crestwood High School in Mountain Top. When scheduling my classes for my senior year, I was asked if I wanted to be part of the YES program. Everyone here knows what YES is, but at that point I had no idea. It was explained to me that it would help me get jobs in the future and help prepare me for college. Now that I have actually taken the YES class, I've realized what I have learned is so much more than what they had originally explained. First off, I realized that the YES certification gives employers a more relaxed state of mind hiring. Everyone here has completed the YES requirement. It shows that we have passed TABE and Wonderlic testing. None of us do drugs, and we all came to school at least 95% of the school. How many seniors can say that? We are all getting our high school diplomas and completed the 120 of coursework required. Hearing all that, why wouldn't an employer hire you over a non-YES graduate? Many of us have already been asked to interview for positions by YES employers. Crestwood currently has YES students working at Cardinal Glass and Home Depot warehouses, both making over $10 an hour. The time we spent researching careers in YES helped me to decide on international business major and to attend King's College this fall. If I was not in YES, I wouldn't have had time to attend different job fairs, college fairs, and to research all on different opportunities. Personally, my favorite part of YES is that we got to see what it was like inside local business. There are opportunities available that we would have never known about if we weren't in the program. The Crestwood YES class went to England Brewery, Cornell Ironworks, Eagleton Health and Wellness, and the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins Sports Con. Not only did we get to see what each business was all about, but we were able to see different jobs within the company that you wouldn't think about, like marketing, management, advertising, and accounting. I wouldn't have thought of these jobs or even thought of working locally if it wasn't for YES. Whether you're college-bound, military-bound, or work-bound, YES definitely will give you a jump start in whatever you choose to pursue. I'm happy I chose this class. Thank you for this opportunity.
Alex Martz and Eric Phillips from Pottsville Area High School. You can both come forward.
Good morning. Before I start, I would like to thank Matt Shuey and the YES program for everything they've done for us. I know that not many people are, I shouldn't say not many, but quite a few people don't take this class as seriously as it should be taken. It really prepares us for the future because every single one of us is going to be in the workforce. Your employability skills are really no joke. every one of you will have a job. Competition is high with jobs, and you can't really expect yourself to walk into this business and wave around your college degrees or your certificate and expect yourself to get a job. You have to apply yourself because businesses look for personality and responsibility. You need to type up that nice resume, make eye contact, press the roll, and utilize everything we learned in YES class. Because if you don't, the businesses are going to pick the people that do. I plan on attending Philadelphia University and major in mechanical engineering, and there's a very high competition with mechanical engineering. So I really need to apply my knowledge and everything I learned in YES class and make sure that I am the guy that they want. Because I don't want to lose my job opportunity because somebody else presents themselves better. So in the end, your success is really what you make of it. You may have fun clowning around in YES class and playing on computers and on your phones, but in reality, you need this knowledge because if you don't, where are you going to go in life? Every single one here is going in the workforce. You can't assume that you're just going to be guaranteed a job in the future because hiring rates are dwindling and people need the right people to work for them instead of just anybody off the street. You need to go far and beyond. Lastly, I would like to thank Matt Shuey again in the YES program for all the enjoyable and educational field trips that we went on throughout this year, because personally, it really helped me in my future. Thank you.
Morning, everybody. Most of you I don't know, but I do see some familiar faces around here, mostly from Minersville in my own class, but glad to see everybody here. Everybody made it through. Alex talked a lot about the seriousness of the class, but it can also be fun. I mean, look at all the educational field trips that this guy right here puts together. Like Alex said, you're really going to need this class. It teaches you a lot of different things, a lot about etiquette, which I hope almost all of you used here today, a lot about resume writing, what you really need for a job, what in order to get a job, a lot of things like how to dress for an interview, what to say at an interview, different questions. A lot of you probably don't seem interested in what a lot of people have to say, but you really should. Like, a lot of people don't pay attention, people like me standing up here talking to you. I can see it in the crowd. But these guys up here are wise beyond my years, I could even imagine. So whatever they have to say, it's always important. Especially Matt Shuey. And I'd like to thank the Manufacturers Association for sponsoring our YES class every single year. It just gets better and better. I can't thank you guys enough. You guys really do an outstanding job. I'd like to thank our representatives, Gary Knowles and Mike Tobash, for coming here today. We don't really see you guys that much. But the YES class overall is a great experience. I mean, we get mock interviews. We have people that come in from McCann mostly. We actually handed our resumes to McCann. And just a lot of great business opportunities out there. You just have to go out and seize them. And the YES class definitely prepares you for it. I'd just like everybody to give a big round of applause for everybody sitting up here and everybody sitting over there for making all of this possible. Thank you.
Representative Knowles, Representative Tobash, if you'd like to make a few remarks.
Thank you very much. Some of the folks from Tamaqua would tell you that they see me too much. But it indeed is a great pleasure to be here. I will tell you One group I'd like to thank, and think about this, and that is the bus drivers and the van drivers that got you guys over here. As I was driving over on 209 with the puddles and all the runoff on the road, I was thinking about you guys coming here, hoping and praying that you would all get here safely and that you all get home safely. But how about we give a round of applause to the van and the bus drivers? It is always an honor and a privilege to be in the company of David Taylor. David, we see a lot of him in Harrisburg. He is a great guy who supports us because we support business, and we appreciate your support, David, and we appreciate you coming here so that we can show off the young people of our region, because we're very proud of the young people of our region. I remember when this program started, I was very skeptical. I thought, how's this going to go? And every year I see it grow and grow and grow. And I congratulate Darlene as well as all of you people that are involved in this program. It is a great program. It's common sense stuff, but it was something that was needed. And I commend you guys for picking up the ball and running with it, because it is so important that you have this knowledge when you go into the workforce. Whether you're going to go to college and do a couple of years at college or 4 years at college, or go right into the workforce, it is so important. What you've learned in this program and what you take to the workplace, it will be helpful in you getting employment. I can guarantee you that. Lastly, you guys really restore my faith in young people. I will tell you that so many times we read about the bad young people who make mistakes and who end up on the front page of the paper for doing something stupid, doing something that could ruin the rest of their lives. So it's refreshing to me when I come here and when I see you all and I see how well you're dressed, how well you present yourselves, how well you represent your high schools. They can be very proud of you. We can all be very proud of you. Congratulations on your graduation from this program, and I wish you all the best of luck, and be safe going home.
Thank you, and congratulations to everyone. I just want to give another round of applause. We need a round of applause for advocates for this program. And I can tell you that Matt and Courtney and Darlene, they believe so much in this program, and I'm a believer as a result of their passion. In Harrisburg, I've got a bill that's the Business and Education Partnership, and this is Business and Education Partnership 101. So please, another round of applause for the people. They will be in Harrisburg shortly to fight for continued funding for this program, and I understand how meaningful it is. So again, thank you so much for your advocacy. This is exactly what we need to do. Every day I look for a little bit of inspiration, and I think that David gave it to me today. His quote from Mark Twain about schooling not interfering with learning, I think is pretty important. And again, I think that's kind of the epitome of this program. You look, your education is not the grade that you received on a Keystone exam. It is your ability to continue to learn. And when I see great employers here in the room, like Ashland Technologies, and we did this tour of solar innovations in Pine Grove, and I look at all the opportunities that are out there, I realize how important this program is to allow you to take advantage of those opportunities that exist. So again, I congratulate you all. I applaud you for your completion of this program. I ask you to continue to learn and continue to better yourself. And as David said, kind of try to operate every day with your brain turned on. It is the most important thing that I think we can all do and contribute back to our communities. Congratulations. Safe trip back home. Thank you very much.
Again, congratulations to all of our graduates. Thank you to all of our classroom speakers. And I heard a few times the amazing field trips that Matt coordinated for all of our districts. So thank you to all of those 41 tour hosts that opened their doors to have all of you individuals come through. Thank you to our educators, all of our YES teachers who support our YES students throughout the school year. Matt and I have a great experience working with all of you. Thank you to our businesses, our legislators, and our communities for all of your support and your commitment to the YES program.